what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is...
Hey everybody.
Hey guys.
We are on our trip. Welcome, first and foremost, to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. Normally we are at home in my kitchen, but for the next couple days we are going to be in the mountains of North Carolina, taking a little getaway. We have left, we have not gotten there, well, we're actually in the mountains, but we have not gotten to our destination. We're stopping for gas, and we got a little later start than what we had hoped for, but it is absolutely gorgeous up here. There's no snow on the ground, although I do think they got snow just a couple of... What kind of tree is that?
A dead one.
There's fruit on this tree. They did get snow, I think yesterday maybe, but it's all melted and gone. But I have seen a lot of ice on the side of the mountains, the rocks on the mountains. So, okay, we're stopping for gas. Okay, everybody, we have arrived. We're on the drive into the lodge.
The Lazy Bear.
Lazy Bear Lodge. That's not it. I don't think. I think that's a... Oh, maybe it is. Hold on. We're not sure because it says go this way.
That's probably their house right there.
Yep. Oh, wow. We're going way up a mountain.
Cabin around the bend.
No, we're in the big lodge.
Is that it right there?
Could be. I'm not sure. Isn't this a gorgeous drive in? I just don't know what we'll do if we meet somebody.
Pull over.
Where? Ay, ay, ay.
Parking.
Here we go.
Look,
Look,
there's snow.
we found the snow, y'all. Do you see it? Oh, wow. This is gorgeous. Look, there's a little bench that you can sit on and fall down the mountain. Okay, everybody, this is our room. I'm not sure what Bryant is doing. Are you praying?
Working on my phone.
Working on his phone. Okay, so here is our lovely, lovely room. I feel like I'm at home with the bedding. Looks almost like mine. Sign says, "Blessed are the curious, for they shall have adventures." Here's the bathroom. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, but let me show you guys the bed. Oh, here, let me show you over here. A little settee and stove. She says that'll run us out of here. It gets so hot. And I love this rustic wood piece right here. This is right up my alley right here. I love that. But let me show you the most beautiful part. Here is our view. We have a screen door.
Sliding glass door with this called.
Look at this view, y'all. This valley right here in front of us is Valley Crucis. This is absolutely breathtaking. I hope we get a little snow tomorrow. That would be cool. All right, this is right outside our room, going down into the lobby area.
Look at that gorgeous view.
Isn't that beautiful? Look, there's a metal moose.
Fireplace. All right, guys, this is about a mile from where we're staying. We're just riding through the hills here, checking everything out. Look at that beautiful little stream coming down through there. Little one-lane bridge right here, wooden one-lane bridge. Just a quaint little community here. All right, guys, we stopped to look at the cows right here. I don't know if you can see it, but look up there beside that house. There's a deer bedded down beside the fence up there. And there's also a deer eating. If you can look right there, there's a deer eating.
Okay, so let me go ahead now and show you guys what I did with the cabbage and how I took care of that. I'll go back and show you the clips of where I harvested it or where I brought it in and showed it to you, and then I'll show you what I did with it. We are actually on a little getaway, so my videos are kind of hodgepodge. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you the cabbage today, and then tomorrow you'll see our day one of our trip. Okay, so there you have it. There was the cabbage video. So stay tuned to tomorrow for a little bit of our trip and some Q&A. We'll start answering some of our questions on some parts of this getaway. So I hope you enjoyed the cabbage, and I will see you next time. Remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Okay guys, we are in downtown Boone. One of my sweet viewers told me to go check this place out, Our Daily Bread, that they had really good, and they're closed today, so maybe tomorrow. Oh, we just missed them.
Today was spicy roast beef, Sammy, grilled roast beef topped with onions, jalapenos, spinach, tomatoes, pepper jack, cheese. Oh, for something, man, that sounds good.
Peruvian stew, broccoli cheddar, and minestrone.
But check them out tomorrow.
Yep.
Lunch.
Sounds good. Okay, we're going in an antique store that closes in just a minute, so we won't be in here long. We'll have to come back here tomorrow too. Oh look, there's all my corral dishes. Okay guys, we've walked into the Mass General store. This is the one in downtown Boone. This is not the original. The original was actually in Valley Cruces, where we're actually staying. So we'll probably visit there too. But we're just looking in here, and I love coming and looking at their clothes. And this one caught my eye right here. It's a sweater. I like that. Toboggan. Well, you've got a black one, so I would go with the brown one.
But they don't match.
It's okay. Neither does the black.
But I can't find my black one at home.
Oh, we'll get both.
No.
Get both. This is pretty. All right, guys, let's look around, see what we can find. That's really pretty. That's almost like a suede material. Okay guys, there is a college or university, Appalachian State University back there, the home of the Mountaineers. But Bryant got him a toboggan at the Mass General store, so now we are in search of a cup of coffee. It is cold. Okay guys, we're at Espresso News, and I'm having a white chocolate caramel mocha. I think we're the only ones in here that are not college students. We are the old fogies of the place, so.
How good is it?
It's okay. We are. Okay, everybody, we've been walking downtown, and I look like a hot mess. But we were searching for a restaurant, so we have found one online that, and so we're here. We asked one of the college kids at the Mass General store if he had ever eaten here, and he said yes, and it was really good. So we're going to check out the Red Onion.
The Red Onion.
the red onion. Now, I know at the beach I've eaten at the purple onion, and it was delicious.
It was good.
So we're going in here to eat at the red onion.
And I don't like onions.
Go figure. Okay, so I just ordered Cajun salmon, and it comes with a cheese polenta cake, and I don't know what else. I can't remember what else. And then Bryant got the Chinese chicken salad, and we've ordered an appetizer of artichoke dip. Not as good as mine, but I don't know. It may be better than mine. We haven't got it yet, so we'll let you know.
So you're cheating these days?
I'm cheating to this. Yeah, on this trip I'm cheating. Okay, the artichoke dip is out and on the table.
It looks really good.
It looks amazing.
It looks really good. Give us your review.
Okay.
Here we go. Big bite. It smells heavenly. Pretty good. Like,
It's really good.
Give us a rating.
It's right up there with mine.
Right up there with her.
It's really
All right.
good.
Pretty good. All right, guys, let me dig in.
Look at that salmon.
Delicious. It looks.
And it's a polenta cake under here.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Give
And
us
here's
your-
Bryant's salad.
Chinese chicken salad.
Chicken salad.
Mm-hmm. All right, give us a review.
And we're gonna share.
We're gonna share.
Yep. And we've already said the blessing.
Yep, we've already blessed the food when we got the artichoke dip. It smells really
I'm gonna
good.
taste just the salmon.
Almost smells like it's got curry in it or something. How's that?
It's delicious.
Delicious? Really?
Polenta's a lot like grits,
Mm-hmm.
but they've made it into a cake and cheese. And it looks like they fried it.
Yeah.
It is delicious.
You know why they call it polenta? Because it's polenta to eat.
It is polenta to eat. Okay, guys, let me just say this meal was absolutely delicious. It was wonderful. I suggest getting.
It's all gone.
You've got to get the Low Country boil. I mean, salmon. Get the Low Country salmon.
Yeah.
And let me just say, we have the best waitress ever tonight as well. So I just wanted to give a
And
thumbs up to the red onion.
Her name was Maya?
Not sure,
I think her
but
name was
she
Maya.
was the best.
Yeah, she did a great job.
And she's the one that suggested this, and I'm so glad she did. Okay, everybody, we're back in from the restaurant, and let me just go ahead and say that Mia was our waitress's name, and she was awesome. She was wonderful. I'm in my jammies already.
I'm not.
We're cozied up on the couch next to the gas wood stove fire. Looky there.
Over there.
Oh, and it's supposed to snow tonight, or a wintry mix, so
Yep.
that'll be nice. So we thought we would do a little bit of the Q&A answers, a little bit on these videos. When we come in at night, we could video some. So our Q&A answers are not going to be all on one video. It's going to take multiple, and it was anyway, because I have 5 pages of questions plus some that are on my phone that I need to send to him.
Tell them these are not pre-rehearsed.
No, we
And
haven't.
you
I
haven't
just
even
wrote
to-
them down.
And you haven't even told me.
No. So, and I'm just going to go in the order that I wrote them down. There's no rhyme or reason. We're just going to go with the flow. What you got? You okay?
I'm trying to get comfortable.
Oh, we'll get comfortable.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let us get
Let me get
comfortable.
comfy. Okay, here we go. I don't know if they can hear us that well.
Okay. So, the first question is, and we answered this on our live because somebody asked us on our live, but have we thought about adding hogs or pigs to our farm?
Well, the problem here in North Carolina, there's a moratorium where you cannot build any new hog houses. So
Commercial hog farms.
So-
You can't do that.
the only way we could add some is just some for personal consumption.
And that's what I want to do.
That's
anyway.
what she wants to do.
So I would say in the next 2 or 3 years, hopefully, if I can get a lot built, we will add a pig, and it will be for our consumption, not
Yeah.
as a pet.
Yeah. Did you know what the pig said when they cut his tail off? It won't be long now. So, but anyway.
He's so crazy. Okay. They want to hear our salvation stories.
Okay.
So you go first.
Well, I got saved when I was 13 years old at a church camp in Bennett, North Carolina. And
Camp Hawthorne, right? Hawthorneburg.
She was close.
I didn't go there.
And so,
obviously.
Lived for the Lord a little while, and then hit those teenage years, those rambunctious teenage years. Got away from the Lord, and then when Leslie and I started dating, I was age 24 when we started dating. I rededicated my life to the Lord, and the rest is history.
I was saved I went to Christian schools, and I was in kindergarten when I asked the Lord into my heart. But like him, I went the way of the world for a little while, and as a young adult, and we rededicated our lives on the same Sunday. We went down to the altar together and gave not only our hearts and said, Lord, use us, we're yours, we surrender all that we are, and then we also said, use us. So
yep.
All right.
That was around November 1997.
And I guess I was 26 at that time.
Yep.
So, all right. What do pastors wish their congregation knew?
That's a doozy right there. Okay.
If you can't hear me, I ask, what do pastors wish their congregation knew?
If your pastor is truly a shepherd, he carries the burdens that people share with him. He carries their burdens too. Not only does he carry his for his own family, but also he carries those burdens for the people that he loves and he shepherds. Also too, pastors wish that the congregants knew that they're human. They need time to withdraw, like what we're doing right now. I have not had my phone with me this afternoon. I told my congregation that if an emergency comes up, call my vice chairman. And so this afternoon I left my phone in the room. We don't have chickens, so no alarms. We've got cows, but Isaac is there around the farm if something needs to happen there.
Caroline and Jamie are there.
Caroline and Jamie are there. My brother-in-law, he's checking them during the day. So I knew that I could unplug a little bit. So I left my phone in the room. And so just know that your pastor needs time with his family. He needs your encouragement. Tell him when those messages are good messages, and don't tell him when they're bad. Just encourage him.
And be active.
Oh, yeah. The greatest thing you can do
is
be active.
And be there.
Put your rear end in the pew or the chair.
And serve.
Serve and support. Don't make him beg for volunteers. If there's something going on, he says, hey, I need volunteers. Be the first one. Lead the charge. Ask your counterparts or your other congregational members. You lead the charge of getting the volunteers together. Pastoring is a wonderful calling, but sometimes a challenging calling. But here's the thing. There's a lot more positives than there are negatives. So,
yep.
All right, next.
What, describe your ideal day.
Mine?
Yeah, you go first. I'll go second.
My ideal day, get up, have coffee together, do devotions, get all those things out of the way, head to the farm, do some farm work. For me, we'll be back around the house around 9:30. Make sure everything's good. Then I go do ministry work the rest of the day. Then I come home about 5:30, and supper is on the table. That's my ideal day.
Yep.
And that happens a lot.
Like if he didn't have work to do, like if he wasn't out doing work, he's sitting there going, I need to be doing something. And he worries, like he feels guilty if he's not doing something.
What's your ideal day?
My ideal day is to get up and get coffee and spend time with him and spend time with the Lord. And my house to already be clean. And either A, spend it in the kitchen. B, spend it with my grandbabies. Just not really having to worry about doing anything. Having the house already clean. And then I love to spend it in the kitchen. I love to spend time in the kitchen. So
that's our ideal days.
All right.
How often do they happen?
Occasionally.
Occasionally. Yep. Sometimes.
What is our favorite place for vacation or to relax?
Well, for 25 years, we've went to Myrtle Beach every summer for the last 25 years.
Yep.
I grew up not going on vacations. My family did not do vacations. And when we got married, I thought vacations were a waste of money. Now, since she has convinced me they're not, and I agree that they're not, you've got to invest in your family.
Yeah.
And so you got to get away, you got to unplug, have a good time together. We've took 3 cruises. We've been to the Bahamas. We've been to Jamaica.
I would say anytime we're away together.
Oh, yeah.
When our kids were younger, we had a camper. And, oh, how I miss those days. Yep. That was one of the best family investments. It may not have been a great financial investment, but it was a great family investment, was our camper and going camping. Wherever we're at, I would say in the winter, we like to come to the mountains. In the summer, we go to the beach.
And that's the great thing about where we live in North Carolina. We're 3 hours, really 2.5 hours to the mountains and 3 hours to the beach. So yep. we are great right where we're located. Yep. It is great. We're
in a great spot. But I would say just anytime, any place that we can unplug and be together.
Right.
How do we resolve conflict in our marriage?
We don't have a lot of conflict. There are times when if it's a decision that needs to be made, that I can tell her that as the leader of the house, this is what I feel, and she allows me to lead right through that. Mm-hmm. And then there are times she nicely looks at me and puts her foot down and says, this is the way it's going to be. And I can discern when those moments are, and I say, yes, ma'am, whatever you think. And we really don't fight a whole lot or argue a whole lot. We really don't. Mm-mm. We try not to go to bed mad, because
that's the key.
That's not healthy in a relationship. So we try to resolve any misunderstanding or any, and most of the times when we disagree, it's usually it's simple stuff, you know.
And he's a lot better at something than I am, and that's apologizing. He does not mind admitting if he feels he's in the wrong, or even if he feels like he's in the right, just to end it, to resolve. Yeah. And he'll just say, I'm sorry, it escalated to this, or whatever, whatever. I'm sorry I said that, and he is much better at that. And that's something I need to work on. I don't know if it's a pride issue or what, but
I don't want to slip into eternity, or I don't want her to slip into eternity and us be at odds about something, because I would regret that the rest of my life.
Yeah. So. Yeah. But we really are best of friends, yep. as well as soulmates. And he has my back, I have his, and there's not a whole lot of conflict there. Yep. I mean, it's over simple stuff like picking your clothes up, or me moving his bills or moving his wallet. It's simple stuff.
I can't leave stuff on my own dresser.
This is true.
My dresser. She rakes it in my drawer.
I used to. You don't have a dresser anymore.
All right, next.
Okay. Favorite scripture or Bible story?
Well, I like the story of Elijah in the cave, where God asked,
because you relate.
I relate to that, where God asked him what he's doing there. One of my theme verses for me as an individual, Matthew 6:33, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. For our marriage comes from Joshua, where Joshua tells the tribe of Israel, choose you this day whom you're going to serve, but as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Yeah. That's our family theme verse. Yeah. There's so many verses in the Bible that speaks to what He's done to our life, in our lives, and through our lives. And so, what would yours be, babe?
My favorite Psalms is Psalms 139 because it talks about how intimately the Lord thinks about us and how we are never away from His thoughts, that He is constantly, His mind is constantly on us. And that is such a special verse. And I love also Colossians, the whole book of Colossians, but I believe it's 4:6. I don't know if I've got the reference right, but I believe it's Colossians 4:6 where it says, "Let your speech be seasoned with grace as with salt, so that you know how to answer everyone." And that is like my life verse, because I want what comes out of my mouth to be seasoned with grace. And I don't ever want it to be harsh. And the whole book of Colossians is a great book telling you how to live righteously and holy. And I just love the book of Colossians.
And back to what do we do when we disagree? I quote her that scripture.
Yep.
I'm just kidding.
Yep.
Just kidding.
And my favorite Bible story, I think Esther. I think the story of Esther and Ruth, but both as far as for a woman, because Esther, she was put in a place and God used her, and it was a scary place to be, but she allowed God to use her and saved a whole nation.
Yep.
And then of course the story of Ruth is just beautiful. Leslie, were you a good cook when you and Bryant first met, and how did you learn to cook and can food?
She's always been a great cook.
I've always cooked. I don't think I cooked as well when we first got married as I do now, but that's expected.
Yeah.
I mean, with age and with experience comes practice, and you always get better with practice. I did not cook as a teenager or anything, but I obviously was watching my mama more than I thought I was. I didn't show the interest in the kitchen like my sister did. But I obviously watched more than I thought I was, because it just came naturally when I had my own family and was cooking. Is everything good that I make? Absolutely not. In fact, cube steak, his favorite meal, I have been challenged with forever until this last go around with cube steak. I think I finally perfected it.
What she's saying is sometimes her cube steak is tough.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just put more gravy on it.
So anyway, it
turned out great.
this last time, I think the way I did it this last time, and I'll try to link that down below if I remember that video, but it was perfection.
All right, next.
What made me change my Pentecostal faith to now, and how many years did I attend Christian schools? Well, let me answer the Christian school part. I was in Christian schools from kindergarten through 5th grade. Then I went to public schools. No, I was at Christian schools kindergarten through 6th grade. I was in public schools 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. And then went back to Christian schools my 11th and 12th grade year.
Yep. And the Pentecostal is not really a religion. It's just a denomination. That's part of the Christian faith. So
and I didn't really leave that, because I said the doctrine that I grew up with in the Pentecostal faith is very, very, very similar to ours. I would say the main difference is you don't see the manifestation of the gifts, like the gifts of tongues and so forth, in our denomination now. And the Lord just gave me the freedom that was fine. And that where in churches where that is welcome, God can move freely. And where those that it may not be the norm, He's going to move in a different way. And so I wouldn't say I left my Pentecostal faith, but I am definitely a Wesleyan at heart. And the main thing is I love Jesus, and that's all that matters.
That's right.
So let's see.
A couple more.
Okay, yeah, we'll finish this page and then we'll stop. How did you first meet each other? Now, we've answered this on past Q&A videos, so a lot of you may already know this, but we have a lot of new subscribers. And let me just say, you can find, or you used to could find anything at Sears and Roebuck. And that's where we met. We met at Sears. We both worked at Sears. I was the ladies and fashion manager, and he was the auto center manager. And did we like each other at first? Absolutely not.
Nope. So that's how we met.
What is something I or the church... Okay, this question, I'm going to finish reading it. But this question, when I wrote it down, I began to cry. It says, what is something I or the church can do for our pastor's wife? And her pastor's wife, or this person's pastor's wife specifically, is a mom of 3. She's in 8th grade, 12th grade, and college kids. She has this, and she works full time. First and foremost, the greatest thing you can do for your pastor's wife is to support your pastor. Because your pastor's wife is the one who sees him hurt. She's the one who sees him stressed. She's the one that sees him lonely. And so that is first and foremost, the greatest way you can support your pastor's wife is to support your pastor. Second of all, give this lady a night out. Find somebody else to watch her children for her. Don't make her find a babysitter. You find her a babysitter, and then you take her out. I don't know how much of that you got, but her kids are old enough to stay at home by themselves. So, but anyway, spend time with her. Be her friend. The pastor's wife position is often a very lonely position. And she needs friends, and she needs to know that she can let her hair down, that she doesn't have to put on airs, and that she can just be a friend, and you can be a friend to her. You can send them some meals. You know, those are just sweet, thoughtful things you can do for your pastor's wife. And in case you didn't know, March is Pastor's Wife Appreciation Month. So be sure to do something extra special for her in March. I'm not sure. We'll have to look that one up. Do your kids like to cook? Caroline is learning to like to cook. Isaac likes to cook, but he doesn't cook that much. But he enjoys food, and he sometimes wishes he had gone to some culinary classes. Caroline does not like to cook, but she is learning to do more dishes. And the more dishes she learns to make and learns that they're good, the more she's learning to like to cook. So we're going to stop this video here. I have 4 more pages of questions. So this is going to be an ongoing segment through our trip and when we get home.
Hey, let me chime in. Let me go back one to the pastor's wife. How can you support her? As Leslie mentioned a while ago, it can be a lonely journey because sometimes when the pastor has a vision and he's trying to take the church a direction and there's some resistance, it's not only the pastor that gets resistance, the pastor's wife gets resistance. And if your church is a political church, sometimes the women of the church will go to the pastor's wife to try to sway the pastor in the direction they think he should go. So don't be naive. That happens, and we've had that happen. And so then that puts her right in the middle of the situation. I heard somebody say this one time, the pastor's wife position is so tough because they don't draw a paycheck, but yet there's a job description that comes with being the pastor's wife that everybody expects her to be and everybody expects her to do. And so that's a very tough situation. Love on her, encourage her, send her out for a day of pampering. We got at our last pastorate, they gave us a day at the spa together so she could get pampered and I could get my nails and hair done.
It was actually an overnight.
Did you hear that?
And you could do what?
Get my nails and hair done. But anyway, no, we got massages together. It was overnight stay at the spa, and that was a really great gift. And because and these here, the church we serve now, they love Leslie, and they know this right here means a lot to her as well.
Yes.
So.
And his pastor appreciation gift is really for both of us.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
So, okay, thank you. We're going to pause here and end this video. So check back tomorrow. This is day 1 of our trip. And, well, kind of half a day. And then tomorrow you'll see the second day, and we'll do some more questions tomorrow. But thank you for watching The Farming Pastor's Wife. We love you guys. Remember, the grease is hot enough. You can fry anything. Bye, y'all.
Good night, guys.
Can you cut it off?
Good night.